Should be close. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this special episode.
Special edition.
Special edition. A few videos ago, we were in this exact same spot with a lot worse news about the engine in the header.
Edition, you've got to have me in it.
Oh no.
What do you reckon, guys? We'll pause the video here. Let us know. Should we include
When
Dad
he
in
said
this?
it was special, I thought I'm special. I need to be in that.
Well,
But anyway.
We'll kick it off. This is the review of the Unverferth. So, what do you think, Dad?
Well, I drove it on the last
You
day,
did.
didn't I?
You did. I got a little bit of it on camera.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, what did you reckon?
Oh, I just was surprised at how well matched it was to the 500 horsepower Steiger, and how hard that was working at 100% load just at 12,
get up a hill.
15 k's. But how you didn't have to rush because you had 55 tonne on board, and it was just smooth. Like I was a bit wobbly getting close to the.
It's been a few years since he'd been on a chase bin.
But
My nerves are still a bit shaky.
But it was good because I just said to the boys, look, I've lost my edge. I don't compute quite as quick. Can I set a speed and you hold? And they all said, just do what you can do, Dad. And that was good. And it was good to be needed. And it was good that I could do that little bit. But I'm happy to watch it happen too without me having to do it. But I enjoyed that.
But he even unloaded into the mother bin.
He did. But it's a much different attitude than when we were kids, eh, Brad? When the header driver was the header driver, he shouldn't have to look at the chaser bin driver. It's a chaser bin's responsibility not to spill any grain.
But you did say that I did maybe help put an extra bend in the auger, potentially.
Not this auger.
No, in the header one.
I was going to say, don't go saying that we bent this one.
No.
I just got a little on the plastic flap.
Oh, the plastic bit. That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's excusable. So anyway,
so I'm not special anymore. Bye now.
he's got his words out. He can go.
Yeah, he's right now. Back to caravans.
Okay. Now, Review. Okay. Mildly off. Well, I was sort of on topic, but distracted from what we're trying to achieve here. But we thought we've been given this opportunity to run it this season. So, yeah, big thank you to OzAg and, just a trial in this Unverferth bin.
He didn't pay us to say it, but Mitch is a nice fella.
Yeah, he is pretty nice. We had that issue, obviously, at the start with the cut wires from the little mongrels that did that, but that all got sorted.
But unfortunately, we've got to say goodbye.
Yeah.
We did add the offer to buy, but it's just not part of our... at the moment, we've got some other things that probably need doing.
Got a few high-hour components.
But I'm very sad.
Yeah.
Because we're very fond of it. Well, I'm very fond.
It became a part of the family at Harvest, didn't it?
Part of the family.
It's just...
So what do we do? Things we like, maybe?
No, we'll go things we don't like.
Things
but
we don't like
let's be
first.
say, well, people only come here for the things we don't like.
Oh.
But I will say, keep in mind, there is about 1,000 things that we love, and probably 3-4 things
Not even that, probably.
that we think could be better.
I've only got one.
And keep in mind too that this isn't the current model, the new model. This is a couple of year old. So the new model does have some other features. I think it's got, instead of the ladder here, it's got a access door
In the back.
and more easily obtainable greasing maintenance system thing, and more faster unloading speed. So yeah, there's a few things like that on the newer model. So yeah, this isn't a current the current bin, but it's just still the concept for us. Something we haven't experienced, hey? Totally new.
Well, we'll go around the other side, just pausing for a sec.
So we're still battling with the post-harvest lack of energy, so bear with us. We're ready for a sleep.
Well, that might be just what's the word? Detox from the iced coffee.
Yeah. Too many iced coffees. So
we're just talking about things we don't love.
Okay. Well, I'll kick it off, eh? Well, I don't know what you're doing with the pole. Well, it is already dropped.
Oh, you've dropped.
I left it dropped.
Oh, around this side.
Yeah.
Then. Sorry, I'm all organised.
So I'll kick it off with a thing I don't like. Now, cleaning out of this is a bit of a pain. We do a little bit of seed production crops where you really want to get every seed out of the bin. And these drop-down doors have only got these sections. So you've got grain that hangs up in there, and that's a really long one there. So you've got to get your hose in there and wash it all out. And, yeah, it is very difficult. And inside the bin itself is I've just washed all the ladder, so I won't show you. But in the bin, there's a few areas that the grain hangs up on. So that's one thing.
That's it.
That's probably the main thing, to be quite honest.
That's it. I was going to open it. I was all in preparation.
Yeah, so that's how you open those doors.
Oh,
That is a feature we do like.
I do like that feature. And the other thing, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that you've got to be really careful. Maybe the new model they've adjusted it. I don't know. But with this door, you have got to have the auger up, open the door, and if someone goes to let the auger down, you'll have a very bent.
Well, you will, but also it is just on pins here, so I'm hoping the door would pop out, but it would probably catch and bend somewhat.
Yes, so that's just something to be mindful of, I suppose.
Yeah.
You would say, not like a necessary bad.
And the other thing was the pull on this. It'd be nice if it had a, what do you call them? The ball?
Spacer.
No, the balls that move around.
Yeah, spherical ball.
Spherical ball in there, so it saves some of the clunking. Maybe the new models have that, don't know. But that was a bit of a clunking thing.
So things we love now, that's about
Was
all.
it? No, there was something else we didn't. No.
No, the cleaning out.
The only thing probably, and it's not really a negative, it's just a reality, is that anytime you have a lot of features, it adds complexity and maintenance and potential wear points and things like that. So that's just to note. But
So really the independent suspension, awesome.
yeah,
And the steer, awesome. We got some pretty bad country, as you guys know, and it just loved it.
yeah, no, it
But
flawless.
the flip side of that is there are a lot of moving parts, so as you can see.
Yes. And you got all these, like, thankfully these grease nipples here are all, all in a row there. You don't have to get too carried away here. But yeah, there is a lot going on in here. Shouldn't be a problem if it's well greased, and it's yeah.
We did test it out, mate.
We did.
And look at this, there's no rubber up on the mudguard.
No, we
So-
had those maxed out, those rams. So
Yeah.
it massive amount of travel.
And
I was surprised.
Steering like this.
Yeah, well,
2 head of which you can turn.
I turned around in this little right here, so it just zips around like really easy. So that is important. Doesn't chew up your paddock when you turn around really sharp. And with those big tyres, and it floats really well, and you don't have your compaction
Yeah, we
issues.
think-
I reckon it has less compaction than the Coolaman.
Well, at 55 tonne, it was handled it pretty well the weight. So things we love, that style of jack.
Yes, rather
pretty
than the
cool.
one that hangs down on the
Yeah.
other chaser bin. That same bar Brad had before goes in there. That's how you adjust, drop your belt. It's an over center spring.
Which
So
we
if you
use.
choke the auger, you just do that, and you don't have to dump all your grain out, which is a great feature. We did have one neighbour say he saw it do that. He's like, I'm sold. So that is really cool. And we think we were having issues with it choking up, but we think we figured out it's just when you have the spout too far out, and it just loads up because the grain can't get out quick enough, and that's when it dropped the clutch, I think. So
And love the swiveled head.
Yep.
Swivel head, all directions.
yeah,
That was great on the Acco, being able to load in one spot.
the auto, and the auto fold.
Auto fold was great. I love this feature of the whole auger pivoting.
Yeah.
And the other thing I love, you probably need to see it from the other side, Matt. The thing I really love, our other bins are all the same. The auger and the gearbox are right down low. And they're actually below this chassis, or your arm, your pull arm.
Mm.
And so with our contours, you've got to be really careful. These things so high, like that'd be that much higher than the bottom of the chassis.
Mm.
And you're never going to hit that.
No.
And it's just stay out of the way.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's all protected.
I actually noticed, shouldn't be saying this on camera, but that actually scraped, like going over contours.
Yeah.
That hit the ground, but it's not going to wreck nothing. Like it. I just love that feature, having this so out of the way.
Look, this is well and truly the lowest point. With that independent suspension, that is a lot of clearance under there.
It's heaps, and you've got the sight glass there.
And under here, you've got your manual override solenoid, so you can manually, if something terrible happens, you can still manually fold your auger and whatnot.
And it handled really good. Like,
no, it was smooth.
When I first got on it, I had the death wobbles at night, but the steering's pretty twitchy on the Steiger.
Yeah.
And I was into it, and I think I got into that, and because it wants to follow, it got into a bit of that. But it only
might have had a bit of weight in the back too, or something.
Yeah, it mightn't have been balanced.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to pig root. I think it's the hydraulic
Leveling,
suspension.
yeah.
It just doesn't seem to want to go like this. Unload speed's really good, isn't it?
And the newer ones are even more, so I don't know how they do that. But
and the bin unload is very even in the back, which is
so
awesome.
we measured about 16 tonne a minute of canola. It was probably about 20, bit over 20 of chickpeas and wheat. We didn't get to fully do the wheat. We just didn't work out to do a full-on test with that, but we got an idea. And the barley would be similar to canola probably.
Yeah, it was about the same.
About 16, which is well and truly good.
Very good. And the scales were great.
Yeah.
We used it as a big mother bin, really.
Yeah. It just it's what has changed the game in our thinking probably is usually in our thinking it's a big chaser bin creates more compaction and it's more of an issue. But when you've got this set up with the tyres, the flotation, the turns really nicely, it tracks itself. You don't end up screwing up the ground at the end when you're turning. I don't think the compaction is going to be an issue. If we had a wet year, it would have been good to test. See how easy it goes in a bit of a softer patch. Yeah. We just make sure Brad's not driving it.
But they're taller tyres than the Steiger.
Yeah, well they're wider as well. Yeah, they're a bigger
very
tyre.
Well matched. So overall, it's a terrific bin. I think you just been the Australian version where they got to put them in a container. Just be mindful of these bolts.
Yeah.
Like the overseas models, they're all welded together like we saw,
So there is a lot of bolts, like they're big bolts, but there's a lot of bolts that I think you just pre-season, you'd check over each one and nip up. I don't think it's really an issue. It's just to be mindful of. And also with bolts too, it can also be a way of relieving stress. It can sort of find its own natural point rather than just cracking out the metal. But it's, no, I think all in all, it was a case of if we were looking for a chaser bin, we would be keeping this one, definitely. And we just couldn't, we just can't do it at the moment. So that's where we're at, I think. I think that's all we could spend a lot more time talking about it, but I think you guys know roughly how, if you're interested in this, there's many other ways you can find information about it, but I guess this is just our views of it. What we've found is, people that haven't seen this, like this whole journey started at AgQuip with this very bin, where we looked at it and we're like, how are they doing that? That's different. And then the offer came to demo it and we're like, yeah, that'll be the go. We'll do that.
Thanks to
OzAg. OzAg.
Thank you.
And being able to catch up with the Unverferth guys and that, even when we were in America, was good fun too. They seem like a really good company. So and I think probably the down point most people will say is all the complication of the electrics and the wiring. And that is true, but with that comes a lot of features and your swivels, it just you can't get you can't get away from it, and it's not that complicated in that I got to know this system fairly comprehensively when we had to sort of figure out what had all been nicked out of the wiring when it was rated, and it is just wiring from one spot to another, and you just So anyway, that's going to be it for the review. I hope you found that interesting, and maybe we'll see what other chases be next year we review, hey? Good on you. Good on you guys. Yeah, see ya. Well, guys, it is the next day. It is actually afternoon. Pretty well and truly into the afternoon, actually. I've got to get ready for this to get on a truck, so I've got to pull the scales out. I've got to pull, the wiring, all of that sort of stuff. So I was going to start on that. Came over here, tractor was dead as a doorknob, so no battery power whatsoever. I didn't turn the isolators off. Usually if we're waiting a couple of days, we don't worry, or for whatever reason, sometimes, it's just dead flat. So I was very, very, very surprised with something, so I thought, no, I'm going to grab the camera before I forget. And I do apologise for the engine running noise. It was dead flat, so it is, I don't want to turn it off. So we've been using jump start kits for quite a few years, barely ever jump start with a set of jump leads. And the other day we had to jump start this, it was a few months ago now, but we ended up having to use 2 jump start kits, which is these Hulk ones, which they've been really good. They've been the pick of the jump start kits that we've used over the years. But we've recently got some projector ones. So I'll show you here, get away from the noise a bit. These projector ones, Phil had heard about them, I think, and big selling point for them is they actually charge. If you just leave them on the vehicle for 40 seconds, they recharge from leaving them hooked up, so don't actually have to worry about plugging it into a charger, or if you forget to charge it, you just leave it on there for a little bit and sorts itself out. Really cool feature. But for the size of it, I was like, I brought both jump packs over here in case I needed to hook them up together and do all of that. I hooked that up. No word of a lie, you would not have known it was off a jump pack. It sounded just like it was hooked up to the battery, normal. Just didn't seem, just fired up straight away. Not even sluggish, nothing. And it was only being powered by that jump pack. So I am gobsmacked. So yeah, I just thought, wow. Not at all affiliated with Projector, never even talked to anyone that's got anything to do with the company. We just thought, man, we'll give them a try. It'll be nice not having to worry, you know, you pull them out and they're flat. But yeah, just leave it on for a bit, don't have to worry about charging it, charges itself. Leave it sitting somewhere, and yeah, I'm staggered by that. So anyway, bit of a distraction, but I'll yeah, put them away so I don't run over them. And yeah, I've got to get this wiring sorted. It's looking nice and schmick. I gave it a wash, and I'll tidy up, put a few more hose clamps, P-clamps on that wiring for the scoreboard there, and get ready. I haven't heard. I was meant to be possibly going today, but I haven't heard anything, so who knows, maybe they've forgotten about it. That'd be nice. Looks like we could be building up out there for another storm this afternoon, maybe. We had about 1 mil from a bit of a storm early this morning, but yeah, there's another band coming through, I think, so we'll see how that all goes. But yes, just in the process of pulling the cabling out for the Unverferth, and yeah, most of these you would be able to leave in here if you're swapping the bin from tractor to tractor, but because we're not keeping it, I'll pull it out. But we also ran the scales straight to the monitor, not through a plug, so I've got to, yeah, I virtually have to. I'd be tempted just to say, charge us for a, we'll pay for a harness and leave it in here. Right, so the other job I wanted to do, because well, used to be an auto electrician, I just want to make sure I tidy off this wiring a bit more. Oh, so this is for the scoreboard, and I did it in a hurry because we were racing to get harvesting. So I'm just going to put a few more clamps in there. Could fold out the auger, but 2 reasons. I kind of already undid all the wiring, but I can use the manual override if I really want to, but I kind of thought the auger would be a nice thing to sit on rather than hanging off a ladder, so we'll see. We'll see. Right. Well, that's not going to hang down like it was before, at least. Well guys, the time has come to say goodbye to the Unverferth. Because the steering needs power to lock the solenoid, so the steering doesn't work, so it locks it in. Yeah, got a little battery pack. OzAg, I've got this little battery pack up here, and that way, because you can't reverse with the steering, otherwise it all jackknifes. Look at that, full articulation. close.
Remember, you got to drop that leg back down.
Yeah, not disconnect that one. There we go. It's been about 5 weeks since that Steiger was hooked up to it, and it hasn't unhooked until now. Gee, it makes the trailer look small, doesn't it? It's a big old bin. What do you think, Brad?
It's a sad day.
Hey, Jolly wanted money for it. What a
Mongrels.
Although we did wear it in.
Yeah, we
The
just
canola stalks took a bit of the paint off.
we polished the underneath.
Yeah.
It'll slip through the next crop real nice.
Aye, that
very
was-
nice thing.
It was very, it opened our eyes as to, in a really high yielding year, how much of a benefit a bigger chaser bin can be, didn't it?
Yeah, very positive. No negatives.
Of the bin, there was a couple.
Oh no, just the whole thing.
Oh
Big
yeah,
picture.
no, the big picture, no, it was beautiful. How it all worked out for everyone, hopefully.
We didn't even stake it fire.
That's true, actually, isn't that good? Because they're not cheap.
I better go and do some
Yeah,
work. See
yeah,
you
so I
guys.
better too.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah. See you guys. We'll finish off with the drone footage.